just sitting down, looking at pitchers out there that might not be performing up to their past performances, but have had good histories. How do those things weighed out when you decide whether to bring someone in like that or not?
I don't. That's not for me. Yeah, I'm worried about the guys we got here.
What was the feedback from Cabrera's outing yesterday? I know that stuff looked good and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, everything's good. Everything was good. He's healthy. We'll move to the next step, get the pitches going, or increase the pitches. I think he kind of showed he hadn't been out there for a month, but that's expected and normal. And we'll just keep building from here. He's going to come back here and be with us for the next. He'll be back here tomorrow. Yeah.
When is his next start going to be?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Assuming everything this weekend goes smoothly with Justin being here, Palencia being here, what would be their next steps?
Nothing different for Justin. Justin's just continuing a mound progression. Palencia will pitch in a game, when and where to be determined. Kate Horton's here. Yeah. Just he's just here to kind of get a little break from Arizona, as much as anything. Yeah.
Do you want to know everything that Jed's doing, or do you say just let me know when something happens? How do you handle it personally?
Yeah, I mean, I think I get asked for some feedback occasionally, but other than that, it's there's a bunch of people working on that.
What has David Peterson meant to this rotation since he came aboard?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about that. Maybe with the TV guys the other day, and I mean, I think David came in at a time when we were wondering like who is going to start a game for us, really. I mean, that's where we were at. We had that is when kind of Ben, Brown, and Cabrera went down basically on the same day, or their consecutive days, and so and I think we were really trying to can we bring some people in that can stabilize the rotation and that we can count on to make the starts, and I think David's done an excellent job at that. And also we're 5 starts in. I think 4 have been produced some really good results, and that's I think we'd be at the time of the trade been really happy with that.
With the left-handed mind, give Triantos his first start.
Yeah.
You've done a fine job of getting people off their feet that are veteran players here. Can we expect to see that as you go through the last 2 months as well, where you have good bench players that can lead these guys and you guys can win a ball game without a starter?
I think it's been a focus for me, like just in this stretch of the season we're in, where we've got these 17 in a row. We've extremely hot in St. Louis. I think we'll think about it for sure through the next off day. Really, as we get to the next after the next, we do have a pretty friendly off day schedule the remainder of the season, and I think that works in our favor. It works in the position players' favor for sure. So. I don't think I'm not going to commit to anything kind of past this, but I think through these off day, we're going to continue to try to make sure our guys get to this off day in a good spot.
Respectfully to guys who've been here in other years, is this also a product of a very good bench that you have this year of players that come in and do the job?
Well, I mean, I think in these cases, you're thinking more. I mean, we're thinking of the starting players, honestly. I thought Dansby and Nico I think playing 17 in a row was just not wise to do for them so no matter who we had, I think that was the case. I think, look, in the infield, Pedro's done a heck of a job, for sure. He's done a heck of a job, being almost a regular this past 10 days, and he's swung the bat good, had tough at-bats, good at-bats. So, of course it helps, yeah.
Peterson's case, he's maybe somebody who, the numbers that he had with the Mets before he came over didn't look so good, but since he's come here, you mentioned the stretch of 4 starts that he's had. What are you seeing from him since he's come to Chicago that's leading to the success that he's had?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about pretty consistently, like the ball should be on the ground for David. That's kind of I think when the hitter is telling him his stuff is right. And I thought really for the first time in the St. Louis game, this past game was the game you started to really see it. And you see it when a hitter gets into advantage count, and he gives up a ground ball on like a 2-0 pitch. That's when like your sinker is doing the right thing. And we saw that at times. We saw like hitter advantage counts and kind of weird swings. And so the hitter tells you a lot in that stuff of what your stuff's doing, I think. Sometimes they had good pitches hard still. That's their job. But he had several examples, I thought, in the St. Louis game of like they didn't like that pitch. You know what I mean? And that's important to see.
I'm assuming it's his first game with the wind blowing in like this. It is right now, at least. Does his profile fit well for that? Because if he does make a mistake, it's if he doesn't get a ground ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think strike throwers it works. I think strike throwers is important on days wind blowing in. I mean, I think in theory wind blowing in favors fly ball pitchers, but yeah,